Hey, just did some more, little bit of updating in here. I brought in my old Amiibo storage unit. Uh, Probably gonna cover up the Jim Beam logo eventually. It's only there because of it was a donation from a family member who, excuse me, who used to work at a grocery store, and they had a bunch of those, and they were just told, look, either you take them or we're throwing them in the trash. So everybody was like, all right, we'll each take one. So we got that one through that family member. But today, as you can see in the background here, I'm actually doing a video about my Amiibo specifically while I'm putting them away. This is a website I use called Amiibo Hunt. They have a 2.0 version coming, and as you, oh no, you can't see that because it's behind me, and I'm grabbing the wrong stuff. I'm actually going to get rid of that because I no longer use this for live streaming, so I don't need that. Video capture device. Going to move myself over all the way to here. It is under my name, and they cover everything. So yes, this is Super Smash Bros, but you can see here Mario, 8-bit, Woolly World, Skylanders. Anything that is an Amiibo is on here, and I've marked them. The only ones that I don't have in here in my new little office space, as it were, with me are my Palutena, which is still missing, and then some of them will say like 2 or 3. That's because other family members in my household have them, because I got them like bulk buys off of Mercari, eBay, things like that. And I still have more to collect. But, oh, excuse me, my back is a little sore today. It's stuff that I'm working towards finishing. I do want to collect at least one of every Amiibo. So I figured today I'm just going to do a little video of talking about my Amiibos and the things that I like about them and the things that I don't. Some of these I seem to be missing components of. Like, I can't currently see my blue yarn Yoshi. I'm going to roll my chair out of the way today because I'm going to be getting up a lot. So I figure this will be easier. I'm going to adjust the camera really quick. Because somewhere around here is my blue yarn Yoshi, and I can't see him, but I saw him here the other day, though he might be in one of these other storage boxes that I have. So as I go through, I'm sure I will find it. But just between moving around, that's how Palutena got lost. That's how a few of the others got lost or put missing. So this box here is the first shelf. There's a shelf right here. I can see on the camera it's a little harder to see. I'm just trying to adjust to find it. This shelf down here, these are the two that I've been using for Smash. There's a third shelf down at the bottom here. That's where I've been using for my non-Smash based Amiibos, which is what I'm going to start with today. These are the ones that are not... Oh, there he is. The ones that do not work with Smash Brothers for whatever reason. I'm going to start with those because they go on the bottom. I'm going to put them in there once I'm done talking about them. And then I'll go through from there. I'll talk about any issues that I've had. For those who've been watching my Amiibo tournament, I was kind of doing it by theme as best as possible. I forgot King K. Rool during the first one that had the Donkey Kong characters in it. Or whichever one had Donkey Kong characters. So he ended up in the last set. And then I had another issue with one, which I will get into once I get to those zones. But I'm also going to try to match it up as best as I can on here, or on the webpage now below and to my left on the camera. I don't know where it is. I do have this one. A buddy of mine got it, cut that out, and was like, I don't really care for it. I just want the Amiibos that I like. I just wanted to be able to say I had the cereal. So somewhere I do have that little Amiibo A card. If I find it while I'm talking about, I'll be sure to show it off. But I'm going to start with where to go. Oh, right there. Animal Crossing, figures. I have Animal Crossing cards as well, but those are in binders somewhere else. So these are the just exclusively Animal Crossing characters. Although these are not all. Okay, so where is it on here then? My apologies for not being better prepared. Well, the point is, I have the Animal Crossing Amiibos. The only one I'm missing that I can remember off the top of my head that isn't one of the cards is the Isabelle. But while I'm gathering them, I have unfortunately had to replace them, and I do regret one decision that I made. One of my copies of Timmy and Tommy was thrown away because a dog had chewed it up. I wish I had kept them because I still would like to have their original data. But unfortunately and regrettably, I was a much younger person and in a much worse off position mentally due to a lot of things. I won't go into too much detail about because, one, that's way too personal for a channel like this, and two, I'm doing my best to move on past all of that, and just, yeah, not a great thing to bring up. You can still see it on Tom Nook, but basically one of the dogs that lived with us at the time got a hold of Tommy and Timmy as well as Tom Nook, and chewed them up. So I'll start with Tom just so you can see that. I always had fun playing as Tom in the Animal Crossing Wii U game. You can see right there some of the teeth marks and on his face as well. Timmy and Tommy were way worse. And I bought a replacement and got rid of the old one. I should have kept it. I regret not keeping it because I wish I had all my originals still. Still happy that I have them, though. Oh, there it is. All the way down here. Here it is. Just like I was talking about. So, yeah, that's the little RFID for it right there. It just got stuck down at the bottom. And then I have Captain and Kicks. I honestly, like, the characters, these Amiibos were just fun to collect more than anything else. Other than, like, cards and the bonus items that they had, there's not really too much to say about most of these. Simply because they're just kind of there. They don't do much. They have, like, little bonuses that go into some games. So, like, when you tap Blathers or Celeste into Smash, you get their little things and a few bonus items. And, of course, the main Nintendo Amiibo site, you can see what Amiibos work with what, who and where. But for the most part, a lot of these guys, like Rover and Mr. Rossetti here, they just played in their original game, and that was kind of it. I'm sure this video is not the most exciting, and many people will be skipping through like, oh, where's the entertainment here? Some people do like talking about these collections like this. I can always go into more depth later just because I do want to get these moved. I have other things to do today, but I'm going to just try to show and talk about these a little bit. Cyrus and Reese here. I don't think I mentioned... No, I've mentioned everybody that I've put in here so far. I always thought Cyrus and Reese were really cute, and I love that in New Horizons, you can... oh, excuse me. In New Horizons, you can help them with wedding photos during the wedding season and stuff like that. And here we have Mabel of the Able Sisters, Lottie from Happy Home Academy, and KK Slider, based off of the actual music writer for the games, as well as many other Nintendo games, in all honesty. The next two are ones that were disappointing to me, because I feel like they should have worked with Smash Bros, but they don't. And that was very upsetting. And the first one is this one here, Detective Pikachu, the biggest amiibo that I own. I was very upset that, despite it being Pikachu, this is not a playable Pikachu in the game. You can't tap it on for Smash and have him in the game as a Pikachu. I know he didn't have a detective costume, but on a counterpoint to that, pretty much every single Mario I own, whether or not Mario has a costume that matches it, does work. Cat Mario works. Wedding Mario works. The pixelated Marios work, which I'll get to them more when I get to that point. Even the pixelated Link and all the other Legend of Zelda characters that are in the Legend of Zelda exclusive style all work. But not Detective Pikachu, even though it's a Pikachu. And then the other one is this cluster of Pikmin. This is a prize. You get a little sticker or spirit or whatever it is. But this doesn't count as Olimar/Alf. I don't know why. Because much like I was saying with this one, and then comparative to the Marios, the Legend of Zelda characters, it just doesn't make sense to me that this one yay, that one nay. Why not? Like, I'm sure that it's not super hard, especially with a base this big on this guy. If the other ones can do it, why can't these? But I'm not Nintendo. I don't speak for them. I'm just more or less wondering why, rather than going, hey, Nintendo, you know you can do that better than this. It's more of a, but why? Yeah, so Detective Pikachu is the biggest one I own, and the one I struggled the most to get that's currently in my collection. There is a Mega Yarn Yoshi. I've seen it around, and he does work with Smash as far as I can tell, because it's just a regular Yarn Yoshi amiibo for a green Yoshi, or just a regular Yarn Yoshi disc in the foot. The only reason I've struggled to get him is, to be completely honest, money. He's one of the most expensive amiibos I've found. Really hard to get because of that. Oh. Excuse me. Another great example on that for the Pikachu and Pikmin thing. The armbands you can buy at Universal Studios, whether it's Orlando, Tokyo, or here in Hollywood, for the Nintendo lands, because the Nintendo World Orlando is coming in. It's coming along pretty well from what I've seen. All of those also work as amiibos. So once again, Pikachu and Pikmin, why not? Anyways, now I'm gonna grab Waddle Dee, grab a few that are from series that do have functional amiibos in them, but for some reason, or well, for obvious reasons, let's be honest. I'm gonna be honest with myself here. It's more obvious than not obvious. 1, 2, 3. I think I'm missing one of those. Yeah, I don't have a great organization going on right this second. Oh, I did forget one. I forgot Digby, which is Isabel's brother. He also works with the Happy Home Academy. Put him in there with the Animal Crossing ones. There she is. Or he is. She is? She is. this one. So these ones, once again, are ones that are from a series that has characters, but they themselves do not work. Excuse me for walking around and turning my back to the camera. Normally I wouldn't be doing this content-wise, just because I find it so awkward, unless there was a valid reason for me to be doing it, of course, such as like emergencies and things like that. I'm missing two that I know are in here because I brought them in here with a great struggle. I'm just trying to move around the ones that, that's one. Okay. Ah, there she is. So for ones that have other working amiibos, once again, my apologies for the delay on that, and like I said, I know this video is going to be really boring to a lot of people. But, let's see. Oh, that'll work. View all. Maybe not. Game series. Oh! Wow, I am dumb. So we're going to start with... Or, you know what, I'll just go over all of those afterwards. Just go over all this afterwards. Leave it like that for now. This one is from Kirby, of course. For those who don't recognize it, this is a Waddle Dee. For those who've watched my tournaments, you'll notice one of my King DDDs is called Waddle Doo. That is another version of the Waddle Dee that's bigger, and he has the Waddle Dees around his waistband, I believe it is. He was in the Smash Bros. Tournament. But yeah, so this is a Waddle Dee. Just doesn't work with Smash because even though Waddle Dee has been a playable character in Kirby, never been a playable fighter in Smash. Ooh. And then for the Mario series, we have Waluigi and Toad. These are the only ones I have right now that are not playable. I've been dying to get my hands on Koopa, Boo, because Boo glows in the dark, and I think that that's a really cool function. It's a small thing, to be fair. It is a small thing, but I think it's a really cool function. I know a lot of people are mad that for a lot of Smash players, he's never going to be in the upper shelves. They're pretty much done with Smash from everything they've said. Maybe we'll get lucky in the future. Maybe. And there's a whole lot of lore and history to it because Waluigi was not made by Nintendo, technically. He was made to fill in the gap for the doubles tournaments in the sports games. So we had Mario and Luigi with Wario and Waluigi. But according to Nintendo's lore for the character, Waluigi's not even related to Wario or Mario because Mario and Wario are cousins, which means Luigi and Wario are cousins. Waluigi is just some dude who thinks Wario is really cool, or something along those lines, which is unfortunate. I actually do agree that Waluigi should get a little more representation. I think they should fix his story up. And then Toads, I can see why he's not in the game, or not usable in the game as a Smash, because he's not a character. However, kind of like with my Pokemon Amiibos that I will be getting into once we get out of these ones, I feel like this could have been a representation for Peach, except for the fact that Daisy also uses Toads, so I can see why they might be like, with that as well. Simply because I have Squirtle, Ivysaur, and Charizard, as well as Pokemon trainers, so that's 4 separate Pokemon trainers. Just cuz, but once again, semantics, more understandable with this one than the other two I was complaining about, but still complainable. I think Waluigi would be a great character to add to Smash, though, ultimately, just because Mario and Luigi are, what did they call it? They're doubles of each other. There's a lot of characters in Smash that are doubles. Captain Falcon and Ganondorf use the same moveset in the earlier games. Their movesets are still similar in the more recent games, but Ganondorf was just a heavier hitting Captain Falcon. Daisy and Peach, effectively the same character, just one hits harder, one moves a little faster or floats better. Things like that, and I think that's cool. I think that Waluigi should have been a much faster version of Wario. He gets his own motorcycle, but it's not a big fat hog. It's more like the ones that we see him usually on in Mario Kart, where it's like the like a Kawasaki type. Obviously, they can't label it Kawasaki, but where Wario would be riding like a Hopper, Charlie. Oh my God, forgive me. It's too early in the morning for this. A Harley Chopper. Waluigi would be riding like a street-based race motorcycle. So his moves faster, but does half damage or less. But it allows him to move back and forth faster, giving him more hits per turn, per use of the motorcycle or whatever. A lot of potential. Once again, though, I can see why they're not doing it. Oh, I almost forgot these two. Next, actually, I will go with... Actually, which series has the least? Yeah, no, I'm going to go with that one. For Splatoon 2, the Octolings, I think this would have been a great alternate skin for the Inklings, kind of like how Olimar has Alf. So you can be Olimar, you can have an Olimar or an Alf. I think the Octoling, it would have been great to have like Inkling or Octoling. But once again, I kind of get it. Up until Splatoon 2, the Octolings were straight up bad. But then they developed, and I mean, hell, one of the other amiibos I have is an Octoling, and it shows when you look. But yeah, I think that they could have done a little bit more with some of these, but at the same time, I think, you know, what does it matter what I think? I don't work for Nintendo. I don't represent Nintendo. I'm just a guy who loves Nintendo stuff, and just has a few complaints here and there. So that other Octoling would be Marina. She is an Octoling, in disguise, technically. That's why, if you look at her face, she actually looks a little, like, nervous, and she acts so shy. She's not an Inkling, like her partner Pearl here. She's an Octoling. And when I was first seeing stuff about her, I was like, oh, she's just a really tall Inkling, and this and that and the other. And then I noticed, look at the hair. She has the octopus suction cups, not the Inkling smooth tentacles. So, yeah. And I get why they're not in the game as well. It does make sense. However, I do find it funny that while they're not in Smash Bros., if you have the 3DS version of Animal Crossing, these two can be squirrels in your village. And then any other Inkling just taps in as a squid that's a fan of Splatoon. Which, while I'm putting Callie and Marie away, which that's calamari, cooked octopus and or squid, or just octopus or squid at all that's being consumed, I think. I don't know if you have to cook it. I'm not an expert on Japanese cuisine. Had a friend who was like that, but we've stopped talking, unfortunately. That was something that I did miss in New Horizons. I love Animal Crossing as a series. I've been playing it since the GameCube. I still have my original disc, and I think one of my memory cards has my original town. Problem is, I don't know where that memory card is. But, excuse me. In the 3DS version, you could tap Wolf Link in. You got Wolf Link. You could tap Link riding Epona in. You get Epona. One of the other characters can get you the Bird Girl from Midley from Wind Waker and I think another game. You could tap in Callie, Marie, and Inkling and get Callie, Marie, and a Splatoon fan. And I think that was it. And I feel like they could have done more. You could have got. They should have let you be able to. Oh, Ganondorf got you Pig Ganon, because you could have up to 10 villagers. And I think I had all of the amiibos in. God, I apologize for that cough. I had all 8 of the amiibo villagers and then 2 randoms, which was Cherry, who's been an iconic character for me since the very early days of Animal Crossing. On my original playthrough of Animal Crossing New Horizons, she was one of my starter villagers. I took a photo of it and posted it online, and then my data got corrupted and I lost everything. And I mean everything. So I've been playing it a bit here and there since then, but it's been really hard. Because I just, every time I start playing, I'm like, yeah, I can do this, but I already did all that once before, and now it's just heartbreaking. Yeah, I wish that New Horizons had allowed us to do the same thing. You tap in, like Link, you get Wolf Link, Ganondorf, you get Pig Ganon, you get Midley, Epona, Donkey Kong, Diddy Kong, King K. Rool. Even Banjo and Kazooie could have been like a bear with just a blue backpack that references his friend who's not with him at the time or something like that. I don't know. Duck Hunt. Possibly even like for Monster Hunter, the Palico, and I can't remember the dog version, the dog companion's name. But yeah, anything that could have been animalistic would have been great. And I know why they can't do like Pokemon, even though there's some characters that look loosely like a Pokemon. Not the same company, technically. Excuse me. Because Nintendo presents Game Freak Productions, and Game Freak is the one that makes Pokemon, along with the Pokemon Company. Which means at any time they can just be like, we're going to swap over to PlayStation, or Xbox, or computer, or whatever. They just haven't because it's a successful platform, but they have rejected every single purchase offer that Nintendo has thrown at them, which I think is quite interesting. So, next up, and last of the part of a series... Oh, actually, no, there's one more. I almost called him Dog. The Half-Life coming back. I don't remember his name right now, but I could probably pull it up over here, actually. Metroid... Emmy, that's who it is. But yeah, I almost called him Dog because I used to play a lot of Half-Life 2, and there was a robot that had a similar faceplate, and that was called Dog. But yeah, so Emmy from Metroid, which once again, totally understand why we couldn't do that one. Most of these are totally understandable. So I tend to kind of leave those ones be. Oh, one more Octoling. The octopus form Octoling. Alrighty. But yes, so next up is Rodunia, which is just an anagram of Darunia, who is my favorite Legend of Zelda character after Skull Kid. Oh, God, I can't remember her name right now. Urabosa. Ooh. There we go. And then I have Rivali. And Mifa, which I felt that their the boss fights against their mythical beasts were pretty fun when I did play that the game that they're from originally. But to be completely honest, most of the modern Legend of Zelda games I haven't enjoyed because the playstyle doesn't suit the way that I enjoy playing games like that. There's a few exceptions to that, but it's just me. I do have the Bokoblin here. And then one of my favorite amiibos ever is this guy, the Guardian. One of my favorite function about him is the fact that his claws are movable, so you can pose them how you want. As you can see, he's got a lot of aging wear and tear on this because these used to be gold, like the inside of the claws here. But I posed it so that it looked like it was getting ready to strike forward, since most of them are supposed to technically be disabled from just age at the start of the game. more likely than not, I'm probably going to call the end of my Amiibo tournament that I had, because the Amiibos that were set aside to be the next round have been regrettably mixed in with the rest of these Amiibos. And I can't remember. I can remember which ones have participated by going through the videos, but that doesn't mean I can remember which ones haven't. Because while some of them are distinct, some of them are duplicates, and I don't remember which one's which. So I may just restart the tournament. I might start filming some of that today, actually. And do it on the smaller scale that I was talking about in a previous video, where it's half the fighters, double the lives. Might make it a little more interesting. Might be able to go through it faster. I'm not going to do my long haul one. That's more or less for, like, me and my friends if they really want to see it, or if they have their own Amiibos they want brought over to compete with mine, because some of mine are pretty weak, to be completely honest. Some of them are pretty weak. Much to my disappointment, my first Zelda, wherever she went, oh, right here. I'll bring her up in a second. But my first Zelda, I named her Hilda after the dark inverted Zelda that we got from the 3DS game, where you can switch between being a 3D model real person Link and then turning into artwork and walking along the walls. And I had her in that outfit. In my old Smash Bros. Tournaments, anytime she came on the field, immediate domination over the battlefield. The second that the new one came out on Switch, she got her level halved, because that's what they did to create a more fair playing field. And I think they doubled the total levels that they could get. She's never been able to win since. She usually gets eliminated first or second round. I do have a few that I'm going to be renaming as well. I might actually just do some of that right in this video while talking with you guys. We'll see. We'll see what can be done. Try to make it all work as best as possible. Figure things out. Alright, so next is, and I apologize if you see me smacking stuff. Still clearing this place out. As you can see, not much has changed. There's less boxes here because of this, but there's still plenty of other stuff everywhere. So every so often I move a bunch of boxes, a bunch of bugs come out, and they don't like having their home moved. But next is the Loot Goblin from Diablo. And while I've never played the version of Diablo that's available on the Switch, I played a lot of Diablo 3 on my computer. I've played Diablos 1 and 2 as well, way back in the day. I have yet to play Diablo 4. I don't know, just like looking at everything about it, I was like, I don't know anymore, kind of a thing about it. But it is what it is. And I mean, it's selling well, and people are playing it, so I might jump on that wagon eventually. But as it stands right now, I'm kind of taking a step back from it. I also have the Shovel Knight series. I have King Knight, Plague Knight, Straw Knight, I think his name is. He's basically a scarecrow, let's be honest. And then, of course, I have Shovel Knight. But I also managed to get lucky and snag a golden Shovel Knight. Because I remember he was out for a little window. Hilariously, the one that was the hardest to get was, I got the 3-pack with Plague, King, and Straw, but Golden Shovel Knight I managed to grab. I couldn't find a regular Shovel Knight for almost 3 months after getting that, and then I just found him one day at a store. And I was like, well, I'm just going to take this. Chibi Robo, loved this game on GameCube. Never got to play any of the subsequent games that came out. Fantastic game, though, if you have the opportunity to play it or if it ever drops on the Switch library. Strongly recommend playing this game. It's adorable, it's fun, and the plot gets thicker with every second, despite the fact that, like, it seems pretty basic. It actually has a pretty good storyline. And that's not just nostalgia talking, because I did replay it about 2 months ago, before I moved everything and my GameCube controller crapped out on me. But yeah, I also have the dog and the Palico from Monster Hunter. Never been the biggest fan of Monster Hunter. I don't think it's a bad game. It just, for the most part, hasn't appealed to me. But I've been playing the mobile game now, the one that's built by Niantic that did Pokemon Go, Pikmin Bloom, which I need to re-download on my phone, as well as Inception. And I have the Campfire app for them, so that has like a lot of their stuff on it too. Yeah, Pokemon Go, Peridot, which I miss playing as well. I need to re-download that one. And then Ingress. Ingress is the one I was thinking of. Those are all their more combat or, hey, look at this location things, whereas Pikmin is more loose on it, so they don't have that in Campfire because people don't tend to party up for that one, apparently. But yeah, so that looks like... Just going to do another quick little check around. That looks like all of my non-Smash Bros. Compatible Amiibos. So that's pretty cool. Pretty happy that I have those. There's a few that I'm missing that I would not mind getting, such as Poochie, because he doesn't work, and then filling out the cards and things like that. I'll go through... I know I have... Oh, I don't have that version. Okay. I'll go through all of that list right after I'm done with this. So next up, I'll start going through the ones that I have here. I'm going to end with this collection in particular for the top shelf, this one that's under my arm here. I know you can't see it, so that doesn't help you. It's more or less a out loud reminder for me, because I tend to put those ones up at the front due to their more sensitive nature or their softer materials and things like that, and I just don't want them getting buried and trampled on by the other Amiibos. I'll do that later. I'll start with the desk, which has a bunch of the ones that I had, I think, but I don't remember, and that's the problem. I'm going to start with this one. I've talked about him several times. This is an original Kirby, but it no longer reads. His data's on here, and I was mentioning earlier about the ones that were missing from their original tournament bracket groups. The reason for that is this Kirby's data is identical to my other Kirby Amiibo's data. So if I put them both into the same thing, it goes, hey, you have the exact same Amiibo tagging in twice. We can't do that. And I'm like, it's not supposed to be the same Amiibo. They are supposed to be different Amiibos. What do you mean? What's going on? And I'm kind of SOL on it. I do plan on getting more pucks eventually because these Amiibos, I've had them, some of them for a very long time, and it would just be helpful to be like, here's the data. Here's what I need. And it's an unfortunate thing. It's an unfortunate side effect of RFIDs and RFID chips that that's how they work. I should have waited for him for later, but I'm going to put him with the other stuff because since he's got that little puck underneath him, I tend to keep him to the front as well so he doesn't get knocked around and then the puck's just loosely floating in there. Even though he's the only puck that's available, I'd still rather have that security in my mind. But yeah, so I'll start going through the rest of these. Ganondorf, I believe, was one of the winners of the tournament, which is why he's here. And then I know Daisy had won a tournament as well. because I had 4 tournament winners, which were Daisy, Ganondorf, DDD. I believe it was this one in particular. And then this Donkey Kong. But like I said, all of that's being voided out. I'm going to edit the titles on those, saying voided tournament. Something like that. Pain in the butt to do, but that's what I got to do. The upcoming tournaments that I've been doing, or that I'm doing, those are going to be more randomized, so I have a better opportunity of mixing and matching amiibos, so it's not just Mario with a hint of other things that are loosely connected to it. It's going to be more randomized. Kind of like my Sword Fighters tournament. That one was probably my best one. For random sake, I'll probably just do a random pick generator and be like, alright, let's go, or just grab at random or whatever. I don't know. I'll try to mix and match as best as possible. I've also got Ryu and Ken from Street Fighter, and I love that if you line them up correctly with the Smash Bros. Logos on the bases, they're facing towards each other, somewhat. Because Ryu and Ken are usually the two that are primarily seen. I am going to be working on a better storage unit for these where they actually have space so swords and other accessories don't get in the way and they don't push against each other like that. It's going to take up a little more space, but it's going to look better and it's going to flow better. I've also got Terry here, as well as Kyuza from King of Fighters, and I think something else actually, Fatal Fury, and then Tekken 7. Some of these are really new, so I haven't had a lot of time with them. And I mean, obviously ones like Joker here or Kyuza, they're brand new to the series from this last game, so not as much of a history. Olimar, which I still have set up as basic Olimar. If I ever got a second one, I would set that one up as Alf. Wolf Link, I do believe that he works with the game. Believe I have him set up. And that hurt. Ow. And then I have Wii Fit Trainer, Little Mac, Ness, Lucas, which I have a little pun in his name. Not sure if I'm going to change his name or not, but I did give him a nice little pun. Some people have gotten it, some people haven't. If you see Lucas fight and you get the pun, and why I did it the way that I did, please feel free to let me know what you think it is. Mr. Game & Watch, I have the other cards. I want to grab more Game & Watch bases for them so I can have one of each and then just different colors. Hang on one second. I think I left an Amiibo somewhere, so I will be right back, I promise. So the short answer is I did not leave the Amiibo that I thought I left out. Oh, that's where. It was Ridley, right in front of my face. Ridley was one I was actually very excited for when he came into the game, because I do like Ridley. Yeah, so I didn't leave him out there. The only ones that are missing right now from in here are some of the duplicates, just because, like I said, they're other family members' ones. So, you know, I didn't bring them in because I didn't know if it was okay to have them in with my stuff. I know one person has said yes, it's fine, but I like to make sure over and over again. But yeah, let me grab the rest of the box here. I'll push my keyboard forward. I'm just letting you know what's going on, so that way when you hear the noise, you're not like, what is he doing? What is this weird person that's talking to me for 45 minutes about Amiibos doing? Alright. Kirby. This is the one that it says the other one it matches up with. Don't know why. King K. Rool. Like I said, I think he'd be fun to have in Animal Crossing. Although there are rumors of a new Animal Crossing going around. I don't know how much stock I put in that, but it'd be cool if they did bring back the ability to be like, Callie and Marie are now in your town. Or whatever. It's because the rumors are it's going to be a city, and I'm hoping that means we can get more people. Like have an apartment complex, and then everybody can go off and do jobs, more store options, more characters, more everything. I think that would be fun, turning it into more of a Sims-esque game, or SimCity-esque game, but where you're like somewhere between the two, where you have control of your character, but you're also in control of the whole city. I think that would be fun. I'm going to age that up in a little bit. Captain Falcon. Here's Hilda. So yeah, she used to dominate every tournament, every character, every fight. One of my friends used to be tournament ranked to the point where he actually got banned from certain tournaments for being too good. And I'm going to sit down just because I've got a lot to go through right now. Plus my chair's finally clear. But yeah, so one of my friends, great guy, brother to the guy who gave me the little card, he got banned from tournaments for being too good. He took on Hilda and back on the Wii U days, and she mopped the floor with him. One of my definitely more proud moments for one of my Amiibos. So, just doing this to give it a little wear and tear look. I'm a huge fan of Fallout, so when I found out about these, it's going to take more than that to get it to go properly. When I found out about those, I was excited. When I found out about the TV show, I was excited. Haven't watched it yet. Seen a lot of spoilers, seen a lot of things. Some of my Fallout dedicated friends say it's terrible. Some of my other Fallout dedicated friends say it's amazing. The creators of New Vegas, the original 3 or 4 games before Bethesda bought it out, because there's more than just Fallout, Fallout 2, Fallout 3, Fallout New Vegas, and Fallout 4. There's also Brotherhood of Steel, Fallout Tactics, Brotherhood of Steel, 2 different games. And the first 4 are Fallout, Fallout 2, Fallout Tactics, Brotherhood of Steel, and then Fallout Brotherhood of Steel. The creator for that original series spoke up about things. Because a lot of people are like, it's not what the original creators have wanted, Bethesda screwed us all over. And he's spoken up, and they're all basically, from what I can tell, saying the same thing. Any information you get from within the games should be taken with a handful of salt at times, to a pinch of salt. Because these are all people in an environment that basically all recording stopped in 2077 when the bombs hit. So I'm excited for it because I want to see it. I know it's gotten season 2 thing going on, but we'll see what happens with that. But anyways, I do have a few Fallout Collectors things, so I'm aging up that can. I have the other 2 already aged up and in a window. Just aging them up, it's just rolling them around like that and denting them. I have a couple other things that I'm going to be posting around, including the Vault Tech Your Special, with the explanation of what each letter of special is. So it's pretty fun. But anyways, that's non sequitur to what we are trying to do here today. Okay. So I'm going to refocus and try to get through these faster. I have a lot of Inklings for 1 and 2. I don't have the Inklings for Game 3 yet, but I have them. There's one tournament I did where you have the Inklings all together, and that was what really kind of got me on the, hey, I can't be doing these all at once kind of a thing. simply because some of my Inklings share skins, just because I have more Inklings than there are skins, I think. I think I have 8. Yeah, technically I have 8. Because I've got 2 of this one, 2 of this one, 2 of this one. And that's 6. 7, 8. I don't have the female that goes with this one. And then I don't have the Splatoon 3 Inklings, nor do I have Smash Bros. So that leaves an additional 4, so that would be 4 duplicate skins. And I've noticed when it does that, it automatically changes it to a different one, unless there are no other options available, at which point it just, I don't know what it'll do. Maybe it'll leave it alone, maybe it won't. I'd rather not find out, though. Let's see if I can find any of the other Splatoon ones. Trying not to do that again. Just sit like this and roll back and forth this way. Yeah, that's still awkward because I know I'm facing away from the camera and moving around a lot. But still, it could be worse. Let's start moving some stuff. Here's another one. The original orange, but this one is the Splatoon base, not the Smash Bros. Base, even though the pose is almost identical. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm still missing 1 Inkling. It is the other male from Splatoon 1. I'm sure he will turn up eventually. I need to fix my ROBs. I have them set up as a dumb little gag, because a lot of these are from when I was younger. To be fair, I've always been a fan of dumb jokes and stupid things. And when I say younger, I mean I'm in my 30s now, and I was in my 20s when the Amiibos first were dropping, so... but I think I've mentioned in the past, and if I haven't, I'll mention it here just as a small side note, not to be a whole thing. I didn't really figure out who I was as a person until my late 20s to... I'm still figuring it out. Yeah, I did. I was mentioning that during some video that took over an hour of me talking. So I kind of... For lack of a better term, I kind of screwed myself over when I was younger, simply because I wanted to be who people told me I needed to be, rather than being true to myself. Okay, this box actually would be a nice one whenever I need to... I've had to send off my Amiibos. No, my Joy-Cons a couple times. And it's nice to have a box or two that will fit those. I try not to send all of them off at once. I send only 4 out of the 6 that I have at a time. But if I ever have the need to, I know I can always go out and buy 2 new ones and then get the other 6 fixed for free. Which I really appreciate that Nintendo does that, because they've acknowledged the issues with the Joy-Cons and the way that they function, and they've tried, at least by what they've told us, having worked at GameStop, no longer speaking for that brand or company, just recalling things that I was told while on the job that were not private information, because we, as associates, would have to state it a whole hell of a lot. There you are. No wonder I couldn't find you. You weren't with the rest of them. And the last of my 8 active Inklings. Like I said, I'm missing, I think, 4. No, because I'm also missing the new leadership team as well, but I'm missing 4 that work for Smash for sure. Nintendo has tried everything that they can, short of absolutely destroying everything that has to do with the Joy-Cons and rebuilding them from the ground up. Because if they're going to do that, they might as well work on the next console, and I believe that they are preparing to announce for another console. I don't know for sure. Most of my knowledge on that now is hearsay from online, so, you know, grain of salt and all that. But yeah, so I do appreciate that they fix it for free, just because they're like, we can't find any solution without basically having to rebuild everything. And, like, I totally get it. Nintendo's fortunate, though, that it's one of those companies that's been around for so long that they're able to afford making those kinds of mistakes and then keep going. Because they tried with, like, not Oculus, the Virtual Boy. Very few people found it fun and entertaining. Most people actually had major problems from it. It was ahead of its time by almost 20-ish years, because I think the 3DS came out... Oh, no, about 30-ish years, because 3DS came out in the 2010s, I believe. Maybe late 2000s, early 2010s. But, you know, it was ahead of its time, but they could afford the loss on it because they were so successful with the NES, Super NES, and other products they'd made at the time, leading up to that point. But anyways, we got Snake here. He's never done good in my tournaments, but he holds his own. He does a pretty good job. I have a lot of Fire Emblem characters. I have both versions of Corrin. I don't have every single character that has 2 to them, like a player 1, player 2 variant. I have most of the player 1/player 2 variants. Because I have one of the Bayonettas, both Clouds, and both Corrins. I think that's Corrin. Yeah, that was Corrin. Second guessing myself there. So I have most of them. This is what I was talking about. This is why I want to get that better storage so I can straighten it out, because Marth's blade wants to curve in. I've had them for a long time. Same thing with the Hero's blade from Dragon Quest, which I like that they brought Dragon Quest in. It's a fun game series. Although, hilariously, I enjoy Dragon Quest Builders more than I enjoy Dragon Quest. And I've beaten Dragon Quest Builders 2 twice, and I'm almost done with my third playthrough. I haven't beaten Dragon Quest Builders 1 yet. It's a good game, I just haven't beaten it for whatever reason. We got this Link, Sora, which I'm really happy about. He's not doing great in the tournaments, but he is my freshest, newest Amiibo, technically. I think I've gotten some other ones that have come in since then that are fighting better because they're older. People have owned them already, and their data's been reset, so I feel like they keep lingering thoughts of their past lives, as it were. Crom, and his daughter Lucina, which I've openly talked about this in the past with friends and family. I started playing that game. I saw the so-called Marth, and I was like, well, that can't be Marth, because Marth is supposed to be long since passed in the timeline. Ike and Byleth. But that's cool. And then when you get to the arena fight, I saw Crom pull out his legendary Falchion sword like this, and then Marth pulls out the same sword, and I went, this is going to be some time travel bullshit, isn't it? And Crom goes, where did you get that sword? And Marth goes, my father gave it to me. And I was like, yep, it's time travel. I beat the level, and then it turns out, I'm Lucina, I'm your daughter. I stopped playing the game for 3 months. I was just like... yeah, bad reaction. It's just, I called it as a joke, and then it wasn't a joke, and I got frustrated about that. Because I at that time, I was doing that a lot. I was like, haha, oh look, it's gonna be this. And then it was that, and I was just like, really? That was a joke, because it seems so stupid. Oh well. Still played the game, still enjoyed it. Some of my favorite Fire Emblem characters came from that game, so I'm happy with it. I'll go with these next. Right now, they're set up so that when this one's on the field, he looks like this one, and when this one's on the field, he looks like this one. I called this one Famicom and this one NES. Because this is the Famicom color, and this is the Nintendo Entertainment System color. Because if you're in Japan or America, it changes. I actually have one of these, like a real one, not just the Amiibo. because obviously I have the Amiibo. I'm showing it to you. I have a real Rob, missing most of his parts, but I'm working on. I'm gonna move my mouse cursor away from that X. I don't want to accidentally click. Yeah, I have a real Rob in the house, but he's missing most of his stuff just because it's secondhand. The other one's up there, isn't he? It's the only place he could be because he's not over here. I thought this one and the DK and then the dark version of this one, or dark DK, were really cool. I only am missing the dark Donkey Kong. But yeah, so this is from Skylanders Superchargers for the Wii U. And on the bottom here, it has a little switcher, which I can do camera angles. It's hard to read, but that's currently set to Amiibo. Now it's set to Skylanders. Back to Amiibo. That's my only beef with these figures, is if it gets knocked slightly askew. Which DK is not my most guilty one. The one I just put away is. So it's like that. It says Amiibo, but if it gets like knocked slightly off, like that, just a hairline, it no longer reads as an Amiibo or a Skylander, and both games will be like, that's not mine! And you're like, it's set to, and then you have to like shift it all the way in, then all the way back, and it's good to go. Absolutely frustrating. Yeah, I've got Meta Knight here, and then Toon Link. I'm missing a lot of the Legend of Zelda series figures, which we'll go over more in that the background here, down below me and to my left. I don't know my directions anymore. I'm tired. I've got, as you can see on the little checklist below me, big surprise, look, Gold and Silver Mario. I grabbed them both at the same time. That was back when I had money, when I was able to grab, I think one of my shopping hauls was I grabbed 30 Amiibos, 30 individual Amiibos at a single time. I've got this Samus, which showed up in an earlier clip. I've got 2 Diddy Kongs because nobody else in my family wanted a Diddy. So I have one based off of Dixie Kong and one based off of something else. I don't remember what. Oh, one of the other Kongs. I think it's Lanky Kong that I did, and I'm turning the wrong way again. Oh, and for those who are newish to the channel or are wondering, this is a robe themed to Ghostface from the Scream horror movies. That's my current DMing robe. I just need to make some edits. We're going to take the little tassels here off and stitch them together onto the back of the robe. I'm sitting on it. On the back of the robe to make a tattered cape. But I'm going to be wearing that while I DM D&D games, which I've mentioned a few times before is a hobby of mine. Wario, one of my favorite characters of all time. I'm currently trying to get a costume of this made for myself, as well as his classic version. And then I've got this pixelated Mario. Alright. I'm going to do a couple more, and then I'm going to show off my cautious section ones. I've got Duck Hunt here, which I love. And Duck Hunt to me kind of felt like a Banjo-Kazooie knockoff because it's 2 working together. And then Banjo-Kazooie came out, and it was 2 working together. I've also got Steve and Alex back here from Minecraft, but I have them set up as not either one of these. I have them as Skeleton and Enderman, I think it is. Alright, so I'm going to take Kirby here and put him down on the far right. I have blue, green, and pink yarn Yoshis. I do have duplicates of all 3, however one of those duplicates is missing, much like my Palutena. And the reason I know I have Palutena is because she and my Pikachu that's over here on the desk are both named after the Greek goddess Athena. Because That's what I've always named my Pikachus. If you watch my Pokemon playthroughs, I've talked about that. I even have a plush of that Pikachu from the first movie. I wanted to show this off again because I'm super happy with this. I ordered it from Japan, only to find out that it's coming to the US. But because of this, I have the map to Universal Studios Super Nintendo World Japan right here. Because my family and I are trying to do a flight out to Japan. The problem is, we've also done Disney World trips in the past. Because we're big Disney fans, we're big amusement. I'm a huge amusement park fan in general, but big Disney park fans, and we've been wanting to go to Universal Orlando. Right now, we're just waiting for their Nintendo Land to get built so we can buy the bands like these out there and get Florida's Nintendo World map. And turning too far. You know, just try to like have some of the fun with that. Those bands are going to go up along here as well, because I need Mario, Peach, Yoshi, and then Toad would be the last one. But Toad, of course, doesn't work, like I said, with Smash Bros. So that one would probably go on the box just to be a part of the whole collection. If not, then he would go down on that bottom shelf down there. But yeah, we've been wanting to do that. We're just holding it off. But we wanted to fly to Japan. And the cost for the 4 of us to fly out to Japan, just the flight, nothing else, is almost $3,000 more than it cost the 4 of us to go to Disney World last year? I think it was last year we went to Disney World. It was my 3rd time, my wife's 2nd time, and my siblings-in-law's 1st time. And that cost less to fly the 4 of us out there and stay for a week than it does for us to just fly into Japan. Once you're in Japan, things are really inexpensive comparatively to the things out here. Disney tickets in Japan and the food, you can spend $100 and get like 3 full meals and entry to the park or something like that. Out here, you spend $100, you haven't even gotten into the park yet. So, you know, comparatively on that end. But it's cheaper to fly to Florida, or for us with where we are to get to Anaheim, than it is for us to go to Japan. So that's on hold right now. I was very happy when they came out with this Amiibo, because while it is new, the Ice Climbers are an older character set, and I really, really, really enjoyed Ice Climbers gameplay. Here's Villager for Animal Crossing. I have 2 Isabels, because I don't have the Smash Bros. Isabel, but I do have the Animal Crossing one. Pokemon Trainer. Missed my desk. Charizard and Ivysaur. Weirdly, the color palettes for the Pokemon have made it so that, with the exception of the Pokemon Trainer there, all 3, Squirtle, Charizard, and Ivysaur are all female Pokemon trainers. Just the standard one is labeled as red, the male Pokemon trainer. I just don't like the other color palettes. Personal choice there, but if I ever got duplicates of any of those, I probably would. Pikachu and Pichu, which I named this one, like I said, Athena. This one is Minerva, which is the Roman name for Athena. Oh, there's Squirtle while I'm over here. I'm going to grab some of these while I'm at it, and just to bring them back over. So yeah, here's Squirtle. I may recheck those skins and things like that as well, just because. I got lucky enough to get the gold Mega Man The one I'm struggling to find is the Mega Man 11 Mega Man Amiibo that came with the Collector's Edition game. Oh, perfect. My two clouds. Player 1 and Player 2. I managed to snag them at the same time. Somebody was selling them on Mercari as a 2-pack. I'd made a couple offers and then just stopped making offers. Then the price went down below what I'd previously offered. So I offered a little bit less than that price, and they took that because people weren't buying. 2 more of my mini Marios. And then Cat Mario. Like I said, this one works. This one works. It has a full playable Mario. But the cat suit's not in the game. Detective Pikachu doesn't work. Pikmin don't work. Don't understand it. Don't know why. It's just frustrating. I'm gonna put the Mario Party Mario, the classic Mario Party Mario, with the gold and silver Marios. Yeah, because I still have more Marios. Not too many more, but I do have more. Let me keep grabbing and placing it for a second, just so I can try to clear off. Because I'm trying to put some stuff up on top of that little mini fridge there, just for decoration's sake. So I've been dying to make this video, but the last couple days I haven't been able to do much of anything, just because I've got so much going on in my own life right now as well. As I've said in the last few videos, I have been very, very delayed on messaging people that I'm supposed to message about things, and just I got retrained at my current job. That took 5 days. Luckily, the pay was good. Nothing worse than getting 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, and you're paid crap for it. But I didn't have that misfortune, thankfully. Ooh. Dang it. Filling in the gaps on my desk. Gotta pick up that one. Once again, I apologize for doing a full turnaround. Been trying to minimize that. Ah, here it is. Dark Hammer Slime Bowser. Let's not knock anybody off. I'm probably going to redo my Mii fighters, because right now they're all based off of myself to a loose degree. It is the Mii character that I've been using for myself, but I just gave him a deep foreboding voice because I felt like that would be good for the fights, to be like intimidating, even though I know that stuff doesn't matter in the game. Alright, so everything that's on my desk now is all I have left, minus Palutena and the other ones that my other family members have. But I figured it'd show Dark Hammer Slam Bowser, who is set to Skylanders just now. It's real easy for these to get moved, like, that's just my thumb. Oh, there we go. So Dark Hammer Slam Bowser. I need the Dark Barrel Blast Donkey Kong still. One day. Sheik, Piranha Plant, Ganondorf, one of many. Mario is probably my #1 most popular, or populating Amiibo character, individual character. Because I got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He doesn't count, because that's Dr. Mario. 8 for the Cat Mario that I already put away. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 Marios already in here that I can easily count. 7 with the pixelated Mario. 8 with the other pixelated Mario down there. 9 for Wedding Hat Mario. And that'll be 10 once I get the Mario Standard Band from Nintendo World. So that's 10. Inkling is the only one that I know of that has more right now, because I have 8 and there's 4 more that I'm missing, which would make 12. So, you know, I need to find a way to clean some of these guys up a little bit. That's assuming that that isn't just the paint coming off of them. Here's my regular Wario, the other outfit I'm trying to get. Whee! And then Dr. Mario, technically a separate character, but if you wanted to include it as a Mario, that's 11 total Marios that exist. But that's up for debate. I'm not counting it because I'm talking just Mario, the one that would get the do-do-do-do-do-do type of ending. Or the do-do-do-do-do-do, that one, you know, the classic Mario victory. Because Doc Mario gets his own music from his own separate game. But yeah, and then Kitty Cat Peach here. She works perfectly fine, but Pikachu, I know. I need to stop talking about it. It's just frustrating. And then I've got Mario Party Bowser, Wedding Bowser, the other 2 Bowsers that are in there for Hammer Slam. And I do have Classic Smash Bowser somewhere. Did I already show him off? No, he's right here. And then I got Bowser Jr., which I need to get 7 more of these. I know that's a lot. But I want to get one for each of the Koopa kids, plus Junior. Some of this, I'm convinced, is just dirt and grime from years. One of my Meta Knights. Sorry, I'm trying to speed through this as fast as I can. This has already been going on for about half the average wait time of my Amiibo tournaments, and I've still got a little bit more to do before I'm done with all the stuff over here. Pac-Man, which he's another joke. If you get the joke, please message me about it when you see him. He is in the one tournament, so please feel free to comment about, oh, I get it, because it's, and I'll let you know, yeah or no. One of my mini Zeldas. Zelda's another one I have a lot of. Same thing with Link, but now that Toon Link, Link, and Young Link are all 3 separate individual characters, it's really spread out. So technically yes, technically no, for having a lot of him as well. But Zeldas are all together. Ooh, I almost lost that one. But yeah, Toon Zelda, Falco. Some of them I may just still end up changing the names just because, but Dark Pit and Bridal Peach, Bayonetta, I don't have the other one of these. Wolf, regular Smash Peach. Alrighty. And then Roy and Mario Party Peach, technically. I mean, I think they're technically classified as like Mario Classics, but I always remember them as Mario Party because that's what they came out with. Robin, Luigi, a Link again, and Mewtwo. Put everything away that we can. Yeah, there's not as much to really say about these as I thought. Some of them have great little jokes, great little nods. These 2 have nods. The other one that I have that's crouched is kind of a nod. I'm debating renaming that one, though. Just 'cause. I've got this Rosalina. I don't have the other one. The Mario Party one. This Link. Sephiroth, Pit, the horse rider Link. Let's put you guys in here. Gotta make sure to squish it down, make sure everybody's nice and cozy, because I'm running out of room in there right now, but I've got more to go. With Jigglypuff, another Zelda, Lucario, King DDD. Alrighty. Pixelated Link. Young Link. Wind Waker Toon Link. Another Link. Yeah, I think if all of the Links just stayed as regular Link instead of having the Toon or Young, then I think he would be the current champion of number of amiibos for an individual character. Greninja, Luigi, Mii Brawler. Like I said, I may do a video in the future detailing this, and then with my my future collab partner, who I still owe the conversation to. And I'm sure it's getting annoying hearing me go, I promise it'll happen soon. I appreciate your patience with it, and I know you've been wanting to do Amiibo videos as well, so maybe that's something we can do, discussing, what do we think of it, where it rates on our lists overall, and things like that. Because I don't know why these ones down here are saying like number 1, number 8, number 7. Not sure. But yeah, so Mii Gunner, Richter, Smash for Yoshi, Zelda from Skyward Sword. I may have to squish and smash and adjust in there as well. Just because I don't have too many more left, but I have enough. Daisy, Shulk, Zero Suit Samus, Mario Party Yoshi, which I'm sad, originally that was a black Yoshi, and that was my favorite colored Yoshi from all of the Yoshis in Yoshi Story. One of the hardest two to get, because it was that one and the pure white one that were the hardest to get. They changed it to purple, and that made me a little sad. I don't know why they chose to do that, but they did. Kind of gave me penguin vibes, too, like the way he looks, like a weird penguin. But I'm sad about that. But anyways, Mii Swordsman, Incineroar, Standard Mega Man, Fox, Simon, and then my 2 Animal Crossing Isabels, her normal and her fall/winter coat, or raincoat maybe? No, fall and winter coat. So yeah, that's all the amiibos that I currently have, minus the cards, which those will show up in there on the list as well. Like I said, I don't have the cards marked down on here because I don't know where those binders are for those cards at the moment, off the top of my head, kind of a thing. But I'm sure I will find them. I know I've gone over these amiibos in the past, semi-frequently, just because like they show up in a lot of videos, and then the Smash tournaments and all that shenanigans. All right, there we go. So, with that, I'm now able to finish out this video more properly. Readjust the camera. There we go. So, all the ones with check marks are the ones I have. Like I said, I'm not sure what number 1 or number 2 means on here. I didn't set up that list. I know they're working on a major update that's going to change things for this website, but for now, Amiibo Hunt is a good website. It's AmiiboHunt.com. I'm going to move my camera again really quick, so it's right there, AmiiboHunt.com. Yeah, the ones with the green checks means I have them. That means it's unboxed. If it has that, it means it is boxed. But yeah, so Mario, Smash Bros, Mario, Super Mario Bros from regular, gold, and silver, and the wedding version. The 2 8-bit Marios, Luigi's, Peach's, Green Yarn Yoshi. I have 2 because of my family member having one. Mega Yarn, 2 of each Yoshi. Mega Yarn is one of the ones that I really want to get my hands on. Rosalina from Super Mario Bros. Is one. Rosalina and Luma, all the Bowsers, the Wario's. I don't have Super Mario Bros. Donkey Kong. I found one in a sale lot, but when I'm looking at those lots right now, I'm trying to find lots that have more of what I need than just how many Amiibos it comes with. I'm going to up that Diddy Kong there, because I apparently only had it marked as 1. I don't have this Diddy Kong. I have Toad. I have Daisy. 2 of the Smash Bros. Daisies. No Poochie, no Boo. Waluigi, Link. Ooh, that is not the spot I was supposed to scroll. I don't have Skyward Sword. Hang on a second. Could have sworn. No, maybe I don't. No, because that was Ocarina of Time Link. My bad. Yeah, I don't have Majora's Mask Link, Young Link. I don't have Twilight Princess Link or Skyward Sword Link. Yeah, because I have the Ocarina of Time. I don't have... So I'm missing those 3. I do have you. Why are you not here? So yeah, now it says it's boxed. Now it's not, because we saw that in there. Don't know why that one wasn't marked. Mifa, Rivali, Urbosa. I think I called her Urabosa, but it should be just Urbosa. Daruk. Yeah, because Rudania is the current leader, so that's my bad on that one as well. Rudania is the current leader from that game. Daruk was the one who was chosen to protect. I don't have a lot of the Isabelle cards. I don't have the Isabelle Smash Amiibo. I may have some of these cards. They're just not up here because, once again, I haven't gone through all the cards. The KK Slider stuff, Tom Nook, the Timmy and Tommy individual cards, Sable, Mabel, and Label, Reese, Cyrus, Digby, Rover, Rossetti, Don Rossetti. I think I have one of the Don Rossettis, I just don't remember which one. Brewster, Harriet, Blathers, Celeste, Kix, Captain, Leilani and Layla, his wife and daughter, Grams, which is his mother, Chip and Nat, the original 2 for Fish and Bugs, Phineas, Copper, Booker, Pete, I miss Pete, Pelly, and even to a certain degree Phyllis, Gulliver, Joan, Wendell. Alright, I'm going to scroll a little faster through these cards, because I'm mainly looking for the statues right now. Yeah, I've been dying to get my hands on more of the cards because I do have a tendency to tap them in for my games. Like, that's how I got Fauna, was through the cards. That's how I got a few of the other characters that I have as well. I know I have that one because I got the promo card one. I don't have all of the cards. I have a good chunk of them. Once I find the cards, I'm going to be updating this list. I don't know if I can share the link to my list. At this time, I'm not going to, even if I could, just because this is already more than I thought I was going to be doing. My word, there's a lot of them. Scroll in, scroll in. There we go. Fox, Falco, Wolf, Samus. I don't have that Samus. I want that Samus. That one comes with the Metroid. Once again, I don't know the number 1, number 2, because 63, 7, but this Samus is number 1. I don't know if it's number 1 in that series, number 1 most popular. I don't know. Probably is the series, actually, come to think of it. Zero Suit, Ridley, blah, blah, blah. Like I said, I have her in the house, labeled as Athena. I need to change her name because of the Pikachu, and I need to change the Pikachu skin. Because for some reason she's Luchador and she shouldn't be right now. Game & Watch, Famicom Rob, and NES Rob. The Inklings. See, I don't have the Neon Pink, and I don't have the Smash Bros. And that's 2 right there. 1 and 2. Oh. I guess I am only missing the 2 then. So I would put them at 10. Huh. I swear there's more that I'm missing, but... I saw a sale that was going on with a bunch of these cards. I have no idea if they work with Smash or not. Given the Detective Pikachu thing, I wouldn't be surprised if they don't, but given the other ones, I wouldn't be surprised if they do, which would up the number for Yoshi, Daisy, Peach, Luigi, and Mario. If they do, I'm assuming they don't. I still want to get them in my collection because I want to have at least one of everything. But, I mean, look at also how many of them there are. That would be ridiculously powerful. Ivysaur, Charizard, Squirtle, Pikachu, Jigglypuff, Mewtwo, Pichu, Lucario, Shadow Mewtwo I know I have because I got that game, Incineroar, Greninja, Pokemon Trainer, and Detective Pikachu all have. I don't have Cubibee from Box Boy. I don't have Alm or Celica. I don't have Fire Emblem styled Chrom. I don't have Tiki, Bayonetta Player 2, Solera Vestora, Mega Man. That's the one I'm missing. I need that amiibo, and I've been trying to get my hands on it, and every time I look it up on like Amazon or eBay, people are selling the box it came in, the game, but not the amiibo. The one time I did find the amiibo, he was going for $150, and I was like, I don't think so. I don't have a lot of the Monster Hunter ones because I wasn't caring about it at the time. Goomba and Koopa Troopa are two more that I'm missing. I don't even know what these are. Power Pros. I think that might be a Japan exclusive thing, given the fact that that's in Japanese. More Monster Hunter. Palamute. That's what they're called. I have the Palamute and the Palico. You guys saw that. I don't have Mario's band, but I have Daisy, Luigi, and Luigi. I need these four to finish out the collection. Ina, Razewing Ratha, Tsukino, and then Yu-Gi-Oh stuff, I believe. Yeah. Those ones aren't marked, but they're there. And then once again with the cards, I don't know what I do and don't have already, so I gotta be careful. Min Min, I don't have. See, there's the new Octoling. Inkling Yellow Splatoon. I don't have that one, so that would be one that I'm missing. I also don't have Small Fry. I don't have Pyra and Methra, and I've not been able to find them for a good price. Fry, Shiver, Big Man, Noah, Mio. So yeah. I feel like there's stuff that's missing on this list. I'm just not going to go any further because I've already gone on way too long for what this video's intention was. I've distracted myself too many times. Strongly recommend, once again, to all Amiibo collectors out there, check out this website, amiibohunt.com. I'll post a link in the description of this video. It's super cool. Let me actually jump in. See, it automatically logged me in. Amiibo checklist. This is the way the new one looks that they're working towards. It's still like a beta processing, and this one is v2.amiibohunt.com. And so you can see it's a little more simplified with the pluses and minuses. Red means you wish for it or don't have it. And then it's organized better too, so it's like Super Smash Bros. Okay, Super Mario Bros. Alright. 8-Bit Mario, Yoshi's Woolly World. So it is organized a little better. It's similar to the other ones. And if there's a section you're looking for in particular, you can like, oh, I'm not looking for Smash Bros. I'm going to minimize it. Now it's just that little icon. Super Mario Bros. That's not what I'm worried about. Not worried about. Not worried about. Not worried about. Zelda. Here we go. This is what I was worried about. And then you can click on it. Own it. Unboxed. Wish list. Don't care. You can also minimize ones that like, oh, I already have it 100%. I've already got everything that I want. Yeah. Weird thing. This one's either you own it, wish list it. Oh, sorry. Don't have it. So this one stays green because it's a card, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, I own both of those. I own all 4 of those. I have 3 of that Meta Knight. I have the one in here, one in another storage group, and one with a 3rd family member. So I have 3 of that Meta Knight. Yeah, so you can see here, like, oh, have it, don't have it, want it, don't want it. Yeah, because see, that one didn't show up, but you saw it there. And it's technically in box. I only lift the lid and tap it on the golden thing. I never take it out of the box unless I'm taking the whole tray out. Xenoblade Chronicles, I don't care too much for in its own right, but for the sake of completionism, I suppose I could. And you can export this one right there to an image so other people would be able to see, like, this is what I have, this is what I don't have. I know some people out there that they're like, oh, help me get these, and da-da-da. I'm perfectly fine getting these on my own. Nope, that is not the website I meant to go to. That's something I've been interested in, though, because I myself am adopted, and I want to give other kids a chance, like what I got, to have a family, because they deserve families. All kids deserve families. But yeah, so this one has Animal Crossing all the way up to promo cards, which is the only one I know I have these 3 of. I don't have the promo Isabelle or KK Slider. I don't know why that took me forever. Mario sports cards, all of them I have wish listed. There we go. Don't know why those 2 weren't, or this one. Because, like I said, if they work with Smash Bros, great. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more Marios right there. 5 more Luigis. 5 Peaches, 5 Daisies, 5 Warios, 5 Yoshis, 5 Donkey Kongs, 5 Diddy Kongs, 5 Bowsers, 5 Bowser Juniors. And then the Metal Mario probably would work. And then the Metal Peach would probably work. I don't know if the baby versions would work. Oh, yeah, and 5 more Rosalinas. The only ones that wouldn't work for sure would be Birdo, Waluigi, and Boo, because they're not playable in Smash. Anyways, if I get them, I get them. And if they work, they work. If I don't get them, I don't get them. If they don't work, they don't work. Oh yeah, I have all the Sanrio characters. I had to buy those cards. Especially Animal Crossing New Leaf. I don't have any of those for sure. And then, like I said, for these ones, I don't know. But yeah, so with that, I will be ending the video. And then, like I said, you can see all of the Amiibos are now right there. Don't work with Smash, work with Smash. And they're very packed. So I'm going to be building another shelf unit. We're going to be putting stuff up and clearing out a lot of this stuff that's in here. Some of it's just wherever it can fit right now. But I will probably do some recordings later today of my Amiibo tournaments on the newer setting, especially since some of them got mixed in there. And I will void out the old tournaments and say these are demonstrations or something, and experimentation. Try to figure it out. But thank you everybody who jumps in and watches this video. Thank you all for coming in today. I hope you're having a great day. I'm having a pretty okay morning so far myself, but we'll see how the day goes and see what we can find, and hopefully I find Palutena soon so that way she can jump into the tournament. Maybe I can fill in some of the other gaps, and we'll go from there. And I hope you all have a fantastic day.